Welcome, creators. I am not sure how this is going to play out for you guys, but I am going to be on that side over there since that's where all my stuff is. But I've mixed up some colors, so I am going to do what's called a Dutch pour. It's where we use the blow dryer. I've got Rose Pink by Liquitex, Master's Touch, Purple Red. I mixed them together. All right, so I got those two colors and they're in here. Okay, and then I've got a white and I see a ton of bubbles, so I've got my heat gun ready. Ton of bubbles in here, so that's going to be the background. All right, and I mix that with Liquitex. That's Liquitex paint. I'll tell you what I mixed in just a minute. And then I mixed up a light blue with Lucas King's Blue Hell, or Royal Blue Light. I don't know who calls it King's Blue Hell, but somebody does. And here it is, kind of like a periwinkle, which I love this color. Okay, so I've got that one. Then we've got Acadia, Deep Violet, beautiful, beautiful color. All right, and I didn't show you the pink, I don't think. Here's the pink, the two pinks together. And then I've got a green by Academy, Permanent Green Light. Okay, so a light green, doesn't look very light to me, looks pretty summery. All right, then what I did was, I bought this a long time ago. This is by Arteza. Okay, it's got 36 acrylic colors, and they're little tubes, but all these pretty colors, and they're all shimmery. Okay, and they're just little tubes like that. So I added a little bit of that into each one. I don't know if it's gonna affect it or not, but we're gonna find out. All right, and then I mixed everything with regular Floetrol water and Australian Floetrol. So Australian Floetrol will create cells, but usually I see people do swipes with it, but I'm gonna blow it out. So let's see what happens with these colors. Just experimenting here, which is something that I like to do. I've been really getting into, I apologize if this is not completely center. I've really been getting into some abstract stuff. So let's do this thing. Did I show you guys the green? I can't remember. Permanent light green. Yes, I did. Okay. All right. So got my stuff hooked up. I'm walking over here to this side of the, and I hope it's not upside down for you to swatch it, but it's easier if I blow it out from this side. Oh my God, I hope it's not upside down. That's gonna suck if it is. All right. Little vape. Okay. Let's have a little of my sparkling water here. And I don't know if I'm going to add music or not because there's all these restrictions on YouTube with music, so I apologize. So the first thing we're going to do, this is a 11 by 14, I think. What we're going to do is it's called flooding the canvas. We're going to flood the canvas. So we're just going to get a nice white layer on here, okay? And I've thinned it out. So when you do a Dutch pour, you've got to really see how easily that pours around, see how easily that moves. You've got to thin your paints out quite a bit. Okay, I don't want to drip all over my little stands here. Hopefully it's still in the picture. Woo, it just wants to come on down. I know you can't see that, I apologize. Oh, I was gonna put gloves on. I got gloves out, but then I have to press the buttons on my iPad. Okay, so I think I'm going to work tomorrow with some messy fingers, which won't be the first time. Okay, so Now I have to decide how I want to blow it out, and I haven't really thought about it, and I haven't really thought about how I want to layer it. But let's just start with some green. Let's just kind of do like that, okay? And then let's do this, let's do the pink. Okay, let's layer some pink on here. I have got way too much paint, so I'm going to be saving some of it, I guess. Putting some plastic on top of it. Okay, and then let's do some purple. All right, and then let's do a little bit of the blue. Didn't mix it up super good. You can see the streak in it. Let's do a little more green. Let's just really give it a lot of color here. Okay, let's give it a lot of color and let's see what happens. Woo! Okay. Probably not going in order now. And just mix it up, you know? Don't worry about keeping it all in a straight line. Just have, whoops, that's a lot. Let's just have fun with it. Okay, having fun with it. Woo, I got a big old purple blob there. Let's add a little pink to it. Let's add a little blue to it. Main thing is to have fun with what you're doing, right? If you have squeeze bottles, that might help so you don't pour out too much like I just did. Okay, that quick. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Now, I have a little blow dryer. This is like a little mini blow dryer, like something you would take on vacation. It's going to be noisy, and maybe I can block the sound when I edit. So, turn it on. Yes, Moo. What's going on? And you always want to press cool. If you have a cool button on there, press that. And I put it on high. People like to put it on low. I have a little blow dryer, so I put it on high. Okay? Boom, boom. Bring it on back down here like this. And it is that simple. Yeah, I kind of liked what was going on there. I messed it up. I think I want to add a little more purple here. I like it. I like the little cells that are popping up, and I haven't even put a heat gun on it yet. Let's do that. And let's do a little bit of the blue. And maybe we'll add a little more green here. So you always just continue to play with it as much as you want. I did use some Australian Floetrol. It's very expensive, but that will give you a lot of cells. Okay, press the cool. All right, I've already got my heat gun ready, so let's take the heat gun to it. And the heat gun is for popping any air bubbles that you have. You can use a torch, but I need to get some more. What's going on here? I need to get a little bit more, what do you call it? Fuel for my torch. So I'm just going to pop the bubbles with the heat gun here. And I am seeing some white space here that I don't necessarily want to see, so I'll just add a little blob of the purple and put my finger on it there. Okay, clean off my finger, add this here, so this is nice and covered. It's okay if this is white right here, that doesn't bother me. And then what I do is I will go under my canvas like this, because of course paint's poured off of it. So you can see all that paint dripping off my finger, because I think that when you have paint dripping off, what happens is it can pull your paint down. Okay, so I'm going to show you something really quick, you guys. So the main thing is to really thin out your paints when you do this kind of painting. And I love this. I think this is really pretty. One thing that's bugging me though is that little blob there. I don't like it. So you can kind of move it with my finger if I want to. See, like that. Okay. And I got rid of it. So let me just show you how thin these paints are. So they will drip down into the cup. I hope you can see this. And basically disappear quite quickly. I'll show you with this one. See how it just kind of goes in there and then disappears. So that is the trick to getting a good Dutch pour. And then of course, as you can see, this is developing here. I love that green stretching out in there. That is freaking cool. And then I do have a lot of cells in here because I used Australian Floetrol. Now I could blow this a little bit because it's a little thick. It's not giving me any cells. So I could come down, give it a little blow like that. And then we can see if anything develops here. So if the paint's too thick, if you don't get enough paint off and it's too thick, then you won't get cells in that particular area. Okay? And you use your heat gun or your torch to help to develop your cells. All right? And there we go. Okay, and there's that. There it is. All nice and wet and glossy. Now when you do this and your painting dries, it will dry a little bit dull, and then you can use a gloss medium to go over it, but you want to let it dry for 10 days or so before you do any gloss medium over the top. Okay, so there it is. It's that fast, it's that easy. Let me tell you what I mixed my paints with. Mixing your paints and having your paints be the same consistency is going to be the most important part of your paint pour or any painting that you do, okay? So if you're going to do the Dutch, which is with the blow dryer, we call that the Dutch pour, then your paints have to be really, really thin, almost like water, okay? So you can use Floetrol. You can use Australian Floetrol with your paints, and then you also want to use water to help to thin it out. Mix it, mix it, mix it. Lots of mixing, lots of stirring. And you can see that we're getting some little fractals in here. And this is because I added Australian Floetrol into the regular Floetrol. Now, if you're going to use metallics, metallics will really help with the cells and with the fractaling. So there's something about metallics that causes a lot of cells to take place. But so I did put a little bit of metallic from those Artezas. They're all frosty, or I don't know what you call it, but they all have like that frost and that shimmer in them. So sometimes I will add that into my paints to help to give it a little bit of, to give it that metallic kind of sheen to it, which will then help it to fractal out. Now you can buy Australian Floetrol. It's expensive, and you want to be careful where you buy it from, because I bought some on Amazon once, and I was just sent regular Floetrol. So this is what it looks like, and this little tiny bottle, Floetrol, comes from Australia. It's not made here in the US, and I don't know if this is upside down or what, but this cost me $59. Okay, so it's expensive stuff. Whereas if you buy the big Floetrol at Home Depot, it's about 20 bucks, okay? But it isn't going to give you the fractals and the cells like the Australian Floetrol will. A lot of people like to do swipes with the Australian Floetrol, and that's how they get those beautiful fractals like what's going on here, okay? All right, let me bring you down. I'll show you close up. Oh. Now I'm on the other side of the painting, but see, like here's some fractals right here. I call them fractals. I don't know what they call them. Cells or whatever. Any light that you see, like a white light is going to be, or a white dot is going to be from my, from my lights, okay? But see, nice little, cute little clumps of cells. We've got nice little clumps going on right here. Pretty light pink coming in with it. I love to see that green and purple together. I didn't know how I would like it, but of course, in flowers, we love it, right? And then the blue came up here, a little bit over here. But that green just really shined through there. This is my favorite part. So here is the painting, 11 by 14. I hope you liked it. Give me a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. In fact, when I get 500 subscribers, I will pick somebody to receive this painting, and I will gloss it when it's dry, and it'll be nice and shiny just like this. So I'm gonna get, this is gonna be my giveaway for my 500, not the person who's number 500, but once I have 500 subscribers, I will give this painting away, and I'll ship it to you for free, okay? All right, you guys, thanks for following me, or thanks for watching the video. And I do a big variety of art form with paint, but I do have some categories if there's one particular style you're interested in. Anyway, thanks for being here. Love you guys. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful fall. And I will see you soon. Bye.